Hey, thanks for checking out Nuts and Bolts with Tone, and welcome to my channel. Today I have a video with the speed smoke from Redline Detection. I'm really excited to bring this video to you. I've been trying to find every chance I can to use it for two reasons. One, because, well, I work on cars for a living and this machine helps me. And the second reason is I want to show you how this machine is better than the other machines and why it is so much worth it to have this machine. Not so much worth it, so worth it to have this machine. Now, I've always used a Smoke Pro by Redline Detection, and it's always worked, but man, it's like pulling teeth to find stuff. Sometimes I've even had to sell extra time because I just couldn't see smoke. It wasn't showing smoke. We've had, vacuum leaks, turbo leaks, you name it, and we've just battled and battled and battled to try to find the answer. This machine is the answer, and I'm going to show you why and how. Before I do that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell so you get notified of all my future content, which you're definitely not going to want to miss. All right, let's get into it. Let me show you. All right, so here's how I have it set up. I just have this Harbor Freight cart here, just cheap little cart, like 50, 60 bucks. Got the speed smoke set up on here. And I got the box next to it, and this has got all the adapters in it. And so I just keep this on the cart, and I just throw a fender cover over it to keep it from getting damaged and scratched or anything like that. So that's how I store it. It works out perfect, and I roll this cart over there and do the testing. All right, here we go. First use of the Redline Industries speed smoke machine. So we got a Toyota Celica here with an evap leak. We're using the machine here. We could tell that we had a leak. Got the flow gauge here showing that we had probably around a 35 to 45 thousandths leak. So it's a Toyota, and you know what I always say about Toyota. So this machine is pretty cool because we can turn it off. All we have is one power supply cable that hooks to the battery, or a battery, it doesn't matter, any sort of power supply. We have the hose, which is really, really long. I mean, look at how long this hose is. Coming off the back of the machine, going all the way up the car. All right. So on the back here, it's pretty simple. Just got the oil fill. Come around here. You got the air regulator. Okay, we're not going to deal with this until we talk about a turbo system, which, wait, turbo? Oh yeah, this thing can test turbo systems up to, I think, 17 pounds. So we are going to, and it has its own compressor. So we are going to test evap, all right? Now this is really cool because I've never used a machine like this. I've always used the Smoke Pro, and I've had this exact same leak on a lot of Toyotas. But let me show you what this machine does and why it is so darn awesome. So we're gonna hit vapor test. You can do air test only. If you were doing a turbo system, you could do air test only if you're just looking for air and you wanna spray water, look for bubbles, but we're gonna do a vapor test. Machine turned on, it's got its own compressor. So in this one here, what we had to do was we had to manually pinch off the vent solenoid, the vent hose. Okay, we put a new filler cap and a new filler neck and a new filler cap in this one. So we got that pinched off, and they could see smoke and smell fuel on top of the fuel tank. Now this will tell you why this machine is above all the best smoke machine on the market. That is a rollover valve, or AKA check valve. Okay, this is the really cool light that comes with it that shows smoke a lot better than an LED. But look at the amount of smoke pouring out of that rollover valve. Now I have tested these things a lot, made a couple videos about them, and these rollover valves, you normally do not see smoke coming out of them. All you see is the oil that builds up, like right there. You can see the oil. All right, well that tells you why this machine is so awesome, because look at the amount of smoke coming out of that. So we couldn't pinpoint it until we started to drop the tank. There's a metal cover on this one that goes over the rollover valve. But I mean, look at that, just pouring into the tank. I mean, pouring out. That is awesome. And this light that comes with it is really cool. It's got multiple functions. So you've got, on the end, you've got a less bright light. An even brighter one turns off. And it's rechargeable. All right. All right, here we go. Got the Toyota Celica here with a new rollover valve. So now we're gonna flip this to evap. We got the vent solenoid pinched off. We're gonna click vapor test. And now we're gonna watch this. So before, this ball would only drop to about 40 thousandths. Okay, with evap, you just got to be patient because it just takes a minute before it completely seats in the bottom. So now it looks, all right, got this Lincoln Town Car here. It had a small leak code. Here we go, balls at the top showing there is a very large leak. We got the vent solenoid closed. We went right in here at the evap purge port. I got the evap line off of the other side of the purge to make sure it's not leaking. Look at all that smoke coming out. You're not gonna get this much smoke from any evap machine except for this one. This thing just pumps the highest volume of smoke. This is how the car came in. All I did was take the fuel cap, one click. No more smoke. Come back over here. Ball is dropping, and the ball will drop all the way to the bottom. The volume of smoke that this machine puts out is why it is so valuable. Speed smoke, and I'm just on the evap side. If you look at the size of this hose, this thing is huge, puts out tons of smoke. All right, one more reason why. Okay, so sometimes testing with the evap machines, with the smoke machines, the evap machines, sometimes smoke just does not show. You can smell fuel, but you can't see it. You can't see where it's coming from. And in this specific case, thankfully we had the turbo side of this machine, so we could actually increase the air pressure. I believe the evap side is like 2.5 pounds, I think. And on the turbo side, you can go all the way up to, I'm pretty sure it's 17 pounds. And not only that, but the hose size is so big, so it delivers so much smoke and so much air. So let's check. Let me show you how this actually helped us find this problem on this fuel tank. All right, here we go. Got the speed smoke in action. We got a fuel pump here on this Malibu trying to prove the leak. Right there, we forced some air. It wouldn't leak on the evap side. So what we had to do, we had to put it to the turbo side. And we pumped this thing up. Watch this. Pump that thing up to 12 pounds. Boom, look at the fuel spraying out. The evap side would not do it. Now, what made this all possible was right here. Look at that adapter. Popped right into this fitting here. Got these Redline Industries Easy Connect fitting set. Comes with all these different adapters to hook into your fuel lines to be able to test. So you just stick your evap tester right in the fuel line. Look at that. And then I got all these little plugs from different fuel pumps and stuff like that I've done. So there we go. Another use and why the evap side is not as good, and you need the turbo side on that. And we had 12 pounds of air in there to find it. All right, here we go. They got this Honda here, and just replaced the engine, and we were just doing a QC drive, and a air leak code popped, and when you look it up, it says vacuum leak or camshaft timing. Well, I know camshaft timing is on, and so I decided to check for an air leak. So we got the speed smoke out here, and we're gonna just use evap. Got the battery hooked up right here, and we plugged off the throttle body because there's not an air intake tube that we can go into. We just pulled off the evap purge hose here that goes to the intake manifold, and now we're gonna smoke this thing. So we're gonna turn it to evap. We're gonna hit vapor test because we want smoke. And now what you can see is a ton of smoke here. Now I don't know if we'll be able to see it with this light. I'll show you what's leaking. There's a vacuum port on the intake manifold that's leaking. The final QC test drive, it said a P2279 intake air leak, and found a little vacuum nipple missing off the intake manifold on this side. Replaced that. Idle came down, still set the code. This is what I found is, and this would have been really, I don't think you would have found this with any other smoke machine. It's so small. But that tiniest little hole right there. This smoke machine, because it pushes so much smoke, was able to push out enough smoke for me to pinpoint it right there. Telling you, this is the best smoke machine out there. All right, let's. I got this 97 Ranger here and got the notorious Ford evap lines that are cracking and all that and leaking. So we put a new assembly on there, and now we're gonna test it and confirm it's fixed. Got the speed smoke set up. On this one, we're gonna test the purge valve. So we're just gonna go into the fuel tank right here, and we're gonna command. Okay, so you better see how important this smoke machine is. Watch this. Look at the amount of smoke pouring out of there. It needs a fuel filler neck. Look at that smoke. You're not gonna get that out of any other smoke machine. That's why this speed smoke machine is so important. Okay, so in this video, hopefully I showed you and you really see why this speed smoke machine is actually the machine that you want in your shop. I know there's other machines out there, but they're all pretty much the same. Even the Redline Detection Smoke Pro machine. It's pretty much the same. All of them, the inside diameter of the hose is only this big. So when you're pushing 2.5 pounds of air through a hose that's this big, you're just not going to get enough smoke. Now, in the one example with the Toyota rollover valve, I've tested these 3 or 4 times. I've never seen that much smoke come out of a rollover valve. I've only smelt fuel, and I could see like the hint of smoke. And it wasn't until I smoked it 10 times. I mean, I had to go through 10 cycles before I finally was able to see oil start to seep out of the cracks. And that's actually how I always found small evap leaks in the past. If you had a small evap leak, you were not going to see smoke. The only way you're going to see it is when the oil from the machine, because it uses baby oil, the oil from the machine will start to seep out of the crack. And then you'll finally start to see oil. That's the only way I've ever been able to find very small evap leaks. And I've been doing this for 20 years. And so it's really, really important that you have a machine that shows this much smoke. The only thing I didn't get to show you was checking for a boost leak on a diesel or a turbo system, even a gas turbo car. I just haven't had one come in the shop. So the next time I do, I'll for sure share that with you. But thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell. You get notified of all my future content, which you're definitely going to want to see and not want to miss. Also, check me out on Instagram. I've showed some of these cases on Instagram, just little clips on Instagram, just to show you how awesome this thing is. And as a flat rate tech, how much easier it's making my life because I'm able to find the problem faster and move on to the next job. And also, find the problem without the car leaving and then having a comeback. So, thanks for watching. Also, check out my merchandise store where you can get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a coffee cup, water bottle, support the channel. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.